Hi, it's Karen here. Thank you for joining me. Today, I thought it'd be nice to get started with our Halloween theme cards. This is a particular one from my friend Jen, who's absolutely mad on Halloween. She loves it. She absolutely adores Halloween. So this is for you, Jen. I hope you like it, and I hope you're going to paint along. Anyway, let's get started. I have activated my paints here. I don't know whether you can hear, but we're really hit by high winds and rain. So if you hear lots of gusting noises, then yeah, that's it. So anyway, let's get started. I'm just going to start by drawing in a really easy witch's hat. Okay, nice big brim, very easy. And then underneath that we're going to put sort of like we've cut the top off of the top of the circle really. I'm just going to take that out so I don't confuse you too much. So we're just doing a really nice circle, but we've cut the top of it off. Okay, let me just put that in there, so yeah, hopefully that'll help you. And then I'm just gonna take my rubber, my putty rubber, and I'm just gonna rub the bottom out because I kind of want a flat bit coming here. And then we're gonna do another circle, and then we're going to put another circle at the bottom, and we're kind of cutting their heads off really. I'll just take that out so you can get a better idea of what I'm saying. Hopefully this will help you. And that's all the drawing that's in it. Don't get caught up on the hat. It can be whimsy and very free. That's not a problem at all. We're just going to give the pumpkins some quirky little faces. Now you can do whichever kind of scarecrowy face that you like, or you can do the traditional scary jack-o'-lantern. I find them quite scary actually. I always did as a child really, but I know lots of people kind of like it. Where we live, we have the scarecrow that people dress up, and they call it the Day of Sin. It's Dr. Sin down in Kent, and he was a vicar by day, but he was a smuggler by night. And yeah, the local folks in the surrounding villages like to celebrate Dr. Sin. That's S-Y-N. So that's where our well, especially where I live, comes from. It's the jack-o'-lantern. But yeah, I do like the I do like Halloween, yeah. And I'm just putting I'm doing a bit of a scarier, or not, if that's your preference. I've kind of done him a bit daft looking really, haven't I? But anyway, I think he looks quite good. So anyway, first of all, I'm just going to ground him, or her, whichever is your preference. Just going to ground him because that will just help sitting him down. And then I'm going to go into cadmium orange, and I'm just going to absolutely just go over this, not obviously not going over the eyes and things, because that would be too difficult to rescue. But I'm going over his mouth because we'll put that in later. I'm letting my brush run out. This is a creamier consistency of paint, and just let this run out. Now this is quite a whimsy little watercolour, because it's just fun, isn't it? It's fun and light-hearted, and that's kind of what I'm looking for in this little watercolour. Again, I'm just gonna lighten that up a touch, with a little bit of cadmium yellow, just to give me a little bit of a difference in the values. Okay, not going over this mouth on this jack-o'-lantern or pumpkin, and I'm just blocking that in, just going round where we've put his famous smile. Okay, and just working my way around. Now I have got some white space in there. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to leave that in until I make the decision of whether I'm going to carry on or whether I'm going to leave as is. I might decide to darken it down. Just gonna put a darker colour, the cadmium orange, on the opposite side of what I've done. And then I'm just going to let my paint run out. Just going into cadmium yellow again, and just going round his teeth. Do you like, I wonder if you like Halloween, or you're not really into Halloween. It's become popular here in the UK in recent years, but I know it's very, very popular in the States. I think yeah, I think there's quite a lot of people that really do take it, you know, it's serious, and whole neighborhoods turn out and decorate, which is fabulous, really. So there we have that. I'll just bring it up to the camera so you can see what I've done. Okay, and now I'm going to go into black. Now be sparing with black, because we're using it straight from the pan, and it can be quite a nightmare, really. So nice and creamy, so you've got a good coverage, because we don't really want to spend a lot of time what I call tickling, you know, these little tiny brush strokes. Be bold and give it a good covering. I'm just going to swizzle my work around. Now I do want to leave a white space here to define where there is a gap on his hat. Okay, so I'm just going to put a mark in there, and then I'm just going to put a little white space in there, and then just catch it round. Okay, and then I'll fill her in. Now your hat can be as big and blousy as you want. You can do a smaller one if you so desire, but there's no hard and fast rules. This is about us having a bit of fun. Okay. And there we have the hat. Now, as you know, or those of you who may be joining us for the first time don't know, I don't have the steadiest of hands. So please bear with me, because his eye could very well change shape, but I don't think that matters too much, does it? But yeah, just don't get caught up on it being absolutely perfect. It doesn't. And then just put his little nose in there. I've got white space, happy with that. It's absolutely fine. I'm going in again, and I'm just filling in his eyes and nose. Now, if you don't want yours to be so gruff looking, you can make him more whimsy if you prefer. Experiment, try different looks of your jack-o'-lantern. That's what we call them here. Is that what you call them in the States or wherever you are? Anyway, there they are. White space is there, not worried about that at all. Actually, I think it gives it quite a nice dimension. Now, because my hand is so awfully shaky, I'm going to use a 0.3 gel pen. Now, I urge you to let yours dry, and if you want to, you can just sharpen your edges up on your nose and his really quite teethy smile. Okay. I think it's nice if he's a bit wonky. I think it gives him character. What do you think? Well, let me bring it up to the camera to show you. There you go. He's looking quite red, that one, isn't he? He's looking quite, he's not very orange looking at all. Got some tissue. I'm just going to take a little bit of that out, just to lighten him up a tad. Just a tad. Okay. And when that dries, I'll just go over and sharpen his eyes up again. And I think I'm going to use my pen, and I'm just going to outline, just to make it stand out a touch more. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do some broken lines, because we didn't put the shape of the pumpkin in with when we did our initial drawing, did we? And I think that would be nice to give him that. And you know what? I think I'm going to give him a tooth there. And a tooth there. What do you think? Yeah? And I think I might just give him a bit more of an expression. All right. Now, if you want to, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to darken, not the whole of his hat because I don't want to lose the values of what we've got going on, but I am just gonna darken this around his face. Okay, still keeping the integrity of the white space. And there we have it. There we have it, our Halloween pumpkin witch. Thought I'd get a few elements in there. And finally, I'm just gonna put a little sentiment in there. I think I'll just put, oh, pen's decided not to work. It's not helpful. Without smudging. Ooh, bit wibbly, but hey. And there we go. I think I might just go over that just a little bit, just to darken that up. Well, it is Halloween and doesn't have to be super perfect, does it? So there we are. Happy Halloween. I hope you like this. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to drop a little spider as well. So there we go, a little fun watercolour for Halloween cards. So take care and see you again soon. Bye.